Hi everyone. Thank you for watching Agility Communications Tech Tips and Training videos. Today we will be going over the steps needed to create a hunt group within Avaya Web Manager. For more videos like this and for a whole library of training videos, training aids, and product documentation, please visit AgilityCG/training. Now, to get started, let's get logged into Avaya Web Manager. The first screen we see is going to be the Product Solutions page. But let's navigate up to the top few settings tabs and hover over Call Management. Under the Call Management tab, we will see extensions, groups, and users. And since today we're going to be creating a hunt group, we'll select Groups. Selecting Groups will show us the page of all of our existing hunt groups that we've created in the past. And to create a new group, we'll come up to the Add Group button in the top right corner. And then we can start configuring our hunt group. So first off, let's give our hunt group a name, and we'll name this one as an example, Customer Service. Now keep in mind there are just a limited amount of characters that you can add in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out the space and add in my E at the end for Customer Service. And then let's add in a couple of users. So to add users, you'll click the Add Users button, and you can do one of a couple of things. You can either scroll up and down and look for all of the users, or you can actually type them in manually and select the one that you need. So I'm going to add in 2104, 2102, and 2700. And once you've found all the users that are going to go into your new hunt group, press the OK button. And there you can see that it adds the users into your hunt group user list. Now, this profile is going to stay as a standard hunt group, as it is going to be a standardized basic hunt group. And let's give this hunt group an extension. And we'll give this extension 4000. Now the option here to exclude this from the directory just means that you can have the hunt group populated in your directory alongside all of your active employees extensions. But in this case, our office likes to only have active employees users in the directory, so we're going to leave this out, and we are going to exclude this from the directory. Now we have a few different ring modes that we can select here. First of all, we're going to have the collective ring mode, and the collective ring mode will actually have all users ring all at once whenever somebody dials the 4000 extension. A sequential ring mode lets you manipulate the sequence of the users that get rung when somebody calls your hunt group. So in this sequence, we have extension 2104 ring, then 2102, then 2700. But if you notice, I have these up and down arrows here. I can actually change the sequence of which users get rung when the hunt group rings. So if I want to ring 2104 second, I can actually send that down one space, and now the sequential ring mode will ring 2102, 2104, then 2700. Now we also have a rotary mode for our hunt group, which means that all of the extensions will ring, but the first extension to ring would be the last extension that got used on the previous call. So if somebody calls into my hunt group and they ring and extension 2104 picks up that call, the next call to come in will actually start on 2700 and then ring back to 2102 and then 2104 and so on. Now we also have the longest waiting ring mode, which means that the user that has gone idle the longest will actually receive the calls first. And then we also have collective call waiting. And what that means is all of the users will ring all at one time, just like within collective. But with the call waiting feature enabled, we can actually stack multiple calls inbound on the hunt group. So if all users are currently using the phone and another call comes into our brand new hunt group, all users will get that second call and have the availability to handle more than one call at a time. Now, since this is going to be a basic hunt group, we'll leave the no answer time at our system default, 15 seconds. And our hold music is going to be the same as the system music with no ringtone override. And again, since this is a standard hunt group, we will be keeping the agent status as default as well. Now for this hunt group, we are going to turn off queuing. And within the overflow settings, you can actually set an overflow destination in case all of the agents on your hunt group are currently busy. So we can set an overflow time, and this is in seconds, and we'll set it to 10 seconds. So what happens is if all of our hunt group users are currently on the phone with another caller, after 10 seconds, the next incoming waiting call will overflow to another group. So keep in mind, when creating an overflow destination, you can only overflow to another hunt group. So we're going to click the Add Group button here, and we'll just send them back to the main hunt group for the receptionist to field that call. And we're going to go ahead and press OK. Now, the nice thing about having a fallback destination is that it's similar to an overflow, but the differences are we have the parameters of setting an out-of-service destination and a night service destination. Whereas with overflow, we could only set one overflow destination. Within the fallback parameters, we can actually have two, depending on what time of day it is, or depending on the status of the hunt group. So if our hunt group, for whatever reason, is out of service, we can actually set it to another hunt group, or in this case, we can also send it to another individual. So if our customer service hunt group is out of service, we're just going to go ahead and send that back to the main hunt group. And if somebody calls the customer service line during lunch and the customer service hunt group is in night mode or off hours mode, we can actually send that to another hunt group or another individual as well. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and send this one here to extension 2104. Now we can also manually set the mode of our hunt group. We can set it to out of service, which will send it to the main hunt group. We can set it to in service, which means all of the users that we've added to our hunt group are now going to be active and their phones will ring. Or we can manually set the hunt group to night service, which will then forward all of the incoming calls to this group to extension 2104. Now that we have that configured, we can move on to our voicemail configuration. And by default, each hunt group does have a voicemail box. Now, having a voicemail box enabled on your hunt group allows any incoming callers who don't get forwarded to other destinations, or if all of our hunt group members are currently on a call, they will be able to leave a voicemail specifically for our hunt group. So we have, by example, created a customer service hunt group, and if a user wanted to call in and file a customer complaint, or hopefully wants to leave kudos to the customer service team or speak about orders, or maybe find some kind of support within the customer service hunt group, and unfortunately all of our hunt group members are either busy or they're out of service, then the incoming caller can choose to leave a voicemail that will get distributed to the members in the hunt group as long as it's configured to do so. So if we have our voicemail on, we can set our voicemail code, which is just the voicemail password as you would have on a normal user's voicemail. So we'll just set that here. And if we wanted to have that forwarded out to somebody's email, maybe the customer service manager who manages all of the customer service agents and the customer service voicemails, we could have it forwarded out there. Or we could also, if your email administrator has the ability to create a distribution group, you can also put in the email of the distribution group, and it would send it to all of the users in that email distribution group. So we're just going to send that over to customer.service@company.com, just as an example. So now, anytime there's a voicemail that gets delivered to the hunt group's voicemail box, not only will we get to listen to it by dialing voicemail on our phones, but we can also listen to it as an attachment when the voicemail gets sent out in an email. So we're going to leave these parameters here as default. And the audio voice recording announcements and the SIP parameters will also say default, as this is going to be a standard hunt group. So once you've got everything configured to your liking, we can actually press the Create button here. Great. And if you've noticed, Group Customer Service added successfully. So now you can see in your Hunt Groups page that customer service is populated, has the correct extension, and it also has the ring mode enabled with the standard Hunt Group profile, and queuing has been turned off. Now in the future, if you wish to return to the Hunt Groups page to make any changes to the customer service Hunt Group, you can click on the Edit pencil here, which will bring us right back into our customization page. Now say, for example, extension 2104 is still with the company but is going to be taking an extended leave of absence. We can leave this person in the Hunt Group, but we can actually just toggle that person to be off. Now, the only two active members in the Hunt Group will be extension 2102 and 2700. And when extension 2104 comes back from vacation or their leave of absence, then we can just re-enable them in the Hunt Group, and their phone will start to ring with the rest of the Hunt Group members. Now, for example, we have a user who moves on to a different department, and we no longer need that user in the customer service Hunt Group, then we can actually press the Remove button here and remove that user completely from the Hunt Group membership. And we can go ahead and do that and replace them with Sir James Bond in the customer service Hunt Group. Now we can select the Update key here, and at that point you'll notice Group Customer Service saved successfully. So all of the parameters that were changed have now been successfully saved. And that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for tuning in to Agility Communications Tech Tips and Training videos. Remember, for more information like this and for other training documentation and training aids, feel free to check out our dedicated training website at agilitycg.com/training.